Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Animal Tales, and today we're about to talk about a very cool, very unique creature, and I'm talking about the black mamba. And no, I am not talking about Kobe. God rest his soul, I miss Kobe. But we're talking about his alter ego, the black mamba, the actual snake itself. And I feel like this is one of those snakes that obviously has a reputation, but a lot of people are really either uninformed, not well informed, or misinformed when it comes to this snake. So let's just talk a little bit about this snake. Now, this is actually a highly venomous snake that's found in sub-Saharan Africa. And what I mean by that is anywhere below the Sahara Desert. And this is a snake that it's actually a really big snake. Now, oftentimes it grows to about 2 meters, but there are reports where some people have actually clocked it at 4 meters. And it's actually the longest venomous snake on the planet. Longer than even, fun fact, the mighty king cobra. Now, this is a snake that is both terrestrial, meaning it actually operates on the ground, and also arboreal, meaning it also climbs trees. So, which tells you that this thing preys on a variety of animals that encompass both. So a lot of times it will go after mammals like rodents on the ground, but it would also go after birds on trees. So you cannot hide from this snake. Another cool thing about this snake is the fact that this snake inhabits a lot of habitats, a lot of areas. So from the savanna to woodlands to really dense forest. Basically lives in a variety of different kinds of habitat, and it adapts to this. This is one of the cool things about this snake that is, again, highly venomous. This snake happens to have a neurotoxic venom. And what I mean by that is this is a venom that attacks your nervous system. Again, so this is a very aggressive snake. Now, this is one of those things that comes back to its reputation. So when this snake is confronted, when you actually provoke this snake tends to stand its ground. And every single time it does that, the first thing it will do is, number one, it will stand. Relatively speaking, it will stand. And it opens its mouth. And here comes what has now become the reputation of the black mamba. And actually, this is where the term the black mamba came from, because every single time it opens its mouth, you will see this inky black mouth. Now, the locals or the natives actually called it Black Death. And this later became the black mamba. But because of superstitions, right, every single time they would see it, because of how dark the mouth is, they deemed this as death. A lot of people are afraid of it, not from a superstitious standpoint, but at the same time, again, yeah, you better be careful when handling this snake. Actually, a lot of snake experts don't necessarily like handling this snake because it's highly unpredictable. It's very, very aggressive. You never really know what's going to happen when you handle this snake. And at the same time, all it takes is a nick, just one. And this venom, this highly toxic venom, highly neurotoxic venom, that really acts fast, by the way. So if you're in the bush, and oftentimes that's where you are when you encounter this snake, if you get bitten, well, you better be the Flash, because the venom acts really, really fast. So unless you have anti-venom, I would say stay away, because again, this snake, because of its reputation, not only because of that, again, this is a reputation that it has. This is a snake that will definitely defend itself. It will not run away. It stands its ground because, again, it knows itself. It's big. It knows that it can stand. Again, it's not looking to bite you. It's not looking to attack, but it will defend itself. Another thing is this is a snake that's really, really fast. And I'm going to show a few videos that show that. So this is a snake that can actually move really, really fast. And for some people, they actually deem this snake the fastest snake on the planet. And I tend to believe that, because once you see how fast it moves, I mean, just check this out and see how fast the snake moves.
It only takes one encounter with a black mamba to realize what makes this snake so terrifying. Not only is it extraordinarily toxic, it's the longest and fastest snake in Africa. A black mamba can reach burst speeds of 5 meters per second, faster than most people can run.
I told you. That's how fast that snake moves. So again, be careful either when you're around it, or trust me, don't try to handle it if you don't know exactly what you're doing. And even if you do, trust me, any expert will tell you, don't you dare try to do this. But anyway, another part about it is this snake, again, is very, very aggressive. and is one of those snakes, one of the few snakes on the planet that tends to bite repeatedly, which means it will bite it will bite you. If it's biting you, it will bite you repeatedly if it wants to, which means it will envenomate you multiple times. So think about that. The venom is highly, highly toxic. So imagine being bitten multiple times. How much venom is being pumped into your blood? How much damage is it doing to your nervous system? Again, this is a reputation of this snake, but again, I look at it as a snake doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, this snake is not looking to bite you. We're too big for this snake to consume. So it will protect itself and defend itself. So again, I say, be careful. Don't try being one of those. Don't try to handle this snake. That's all I'm going to say.
Surrounded, the snake will first try to escape. But if it has nowhere to go, it will defend itself. Flashing its ebony-colored mouth, it strikes. The venom is infused with a complex torrent of paralyzing toxins. This venom attacks the body's muscles and heart and lung function. And when the muscles stop, asphyxiation sets in. Death can occur in as few as 20 minutes. Before antivenom, the black mamba's bite was almost 100% fatal.
Another cool fact about this snake is the fact that every single time this snake stands up, okay, again, relatively speaking, snakes have no legs. Because of how long it is, it also deploys something else to show how big it is. It flattens its neck. This resembles a cobra. Again, so this is another similarity with a cobra is, as you see in the picture right here, it looks like it's flattening its neck. It will hiss and flatten. It's trying to look bigger. Essentially, that's what it's trying to do. It's trying to tell you, I'm big, okay? Get away from me. I'm not moving. I'm big, so stay away from me. One of the reasons I love this snake and I'm fascinated by this snake, it's not necessarily just because of the reputation that, people have actually afforded this snake, and good or bad. And I say bad because a lot of people don't know this snake, don't know how fascinating and interesting and cool this snake is. Now, obviously, like most venomous snakes, this snake can kill you, and it will kill you if you're not careful. But this snake, and I will repeat this, like most snakes and most venomous snakes, is never looking to hurt you. This is a snake that will only defend itself when it deems so, right? When you basically mess with it, when you provoke it, it will defend itself. And the difference between this snake and a lot of snakes is this snake stands its ground. And that's why it's garnered this reputation. And good or bad, but to me, I feel like this snake is basically doing what it knows how to do. That's essentially what it's doing. It is defending itself. It is standing its ground from something that it knows it can't consume. So again, what have we learned? Highly venomous, very long, very big, highly venomous. So stay away. You can admire this from a glass if it's in a zoo, or if you're in the bush somewhere, admire it from afar. Trust me, you don't want to be rushed to the hospital from this bite. Now, obviously, there is antivenom for this, for the venom that this snake produces, but because of how remote some of these places are, you might not get there in time. You might not get to the hospital in time, so stay away. But another thing I always say about this channel is the fact that this is supposed to be educational, informational. So I hope that you learned something. And one of the things I hope that you learned is appreciation, and also at the same time, now you fully understand why Kobe loves this alter ego. Very aggressive, very big, never backs down. That definitely sounds like Kobe. So you can definitely understand why he decided to have this alter ego. But I hope that I hope you have a level of appreciation for the snake. And the next time you're in the bush somewhere in sub-Saharan Africa, East Africa, Central Africa, South Africa, and some parts of West Africa, and if you happen to see it, take pictures. Take pictures from afar, okay, from afar, and appreciate this snake, because there's so much habitat loss right now. And I'm not sure how long we're going to enjoy a lot of these creatures that I'm going to talk about and feature on this channel. So as long as they're there, as long as they are available, go see them. Go see them, go appreciate them, talk about them. Snakes are not all evil, because I know there's some people looking at this going, snakes are evil. No, snakes are beautiful creatures. You just don't understand them. You just don't. But I hope through this channel and through me and other people that love snakes, you get to have a different kind of appreciation for them. So the next time you see a snake, you don't necessarily kill it. Stay away from it. If you don't know what it is, stay away from it. Okay? Stay away from it, or call the necessary people to move it if you don't feel safe. Anyway, that's all. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something from this incredible informational session, and I'll see you on the next Animal Tales. See you later, guys.
Sometimes the real thing is just as impressive as the legend. The black mamba is one of Africa's most feared serpents. And it's all that and more. It's Africa's longest venomous snake, growing to a length of 14 feet. It's also the world's fastest snake, zipping along at up to 12 miles per hour. Its head is often described as coffin-shaped. And for many in Africa, this snake is synonymous with death. Without antivenom, the black mamba's neurotoxins can kill a human in less than 15 minutes. While its main prey items include small animals like rats, bush babies, and birds, its lethal bite is famous enough that even creatures several hundred times its size stay out of its way. The mamba hunts by day. It's not afraid to show the black interior of its mouth and scare the daylights out of this herd. It does this to avoid being trampled. All it wants to do here is clear a path. And the strategy works perfectly. Wouldn't you love to scare people like that? Sure would make getting through rush hour easier.